Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to the grand final. This is round 24, the feature race here at Imola. So we have our new champion, Patrick Heinrich, with the win in the previous race. Has sealed the deal then. I'm still trying to get the stream back up and running, as for some unknown reason it is not doing so, so we'll stick with the recording. We are about to get this race back underway then. We can see at the front there is Stefan Kamke, and the race is indeed underway. We are being led away by the Ford of Stefan Kamke. Jerry Lynn is in second position in the Ferrari then. He's trying to put pressure on the Ford. Can Jerry Lynn do it? And the overlay is going utterly crazy. Oh, and there's... who was that off? There was Alec Hudson that was going very deep. And that ping is me unable to get the stream back up and running. Oh, trouble! Oh, big trouble! That is... who's that has buried it? This... oh my goodness me! Huge accident! Oh my goodness me! That has taken so many cars! That is an incredibly bad accident that's taken so many people! As I was trying to get the stream sorted out, we saw an absolute catastrophic array of cars going here, there and everywhere. Then Ronnie Gibbons is gone, Dennis Anlauer is gone, Andrew Lang of Service is out, Gianni Vecchio's out, Darren Potter I think is in there, Stefan Kamke still leads the way with Jerry Lynn, all side by side heading towards Aqua Minerali. Oh, and the Ford just jumps back in the... oh! Bit of a nudge there as the field is really compacting quite heavily. I think we've lost Dustin, I think. No, Dustin and Lawrence Reich are battered, but they're still going. Alec Hudson. Oh, goodness me, that was Dustin in trouble. Alec is out. And Dustin is also out. We have lost Ilka Katilis... that one. Katilis Koski. Agile Langer Service, Gianni Vecchio, Stefan Kamke still leads the way. What on earth is going on? Unbelievable. Oh, look at that big gaggle of cars. That's you saw Evan Imre right in there. That's Stevie Chambers, I think he's right with. No, it's Darren Potter, I beg your pardon, as the overlay now sorts itself out from the cars that are retired. Look at the side-by-sides we've got going on. There's Evan Imre trying to attack Darren Potter into Trigado and Tamburello. Oh my goodness me, Darren Potter just hangs on to that position. Evan Imre having to settle for 5th position at the moment. There's Sarah WC. Missing up Sarah Dove and Stevie Chambers now. Speaking of which... oh goodness me, Stevie Chambers alongside Adam Tierney. That's 8th position they're fighting over. And there you see Patrick Heinrich right in the middle of that particular mixture. He's still going. He's obviously now gone up to 9th position. And oh goodness me, look at the 3 wide you've got just behind that. Jürgen Frank is in there. He's in a battered Ferrari for going Nienhaus is in there. Eunice Vastamahi is still going with Mila Linford, Soren Krutz. There's Patrick Moser. This has just gone through the shot. Lawrence Reich is still running. And as we know, Ronnie Gibbons is not. So that's 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23 and 24 all gone. Oh, someone else has just clunked into the wall, then back up to the front. And we still see the Pink Panther and Alexander Walder keeping the pressure. But actually Alexander Walder's taken that 2nd position, I just realised, from Jerry Lynn. Oh goodness me, now side by side, and that's on the inside. I think it's Ravazza, yes it is. And Alexander Waldo has taken the lead of this race from the Ford of Stefan Kamke. Who's going to lose that 2nd position to Jerry Lynn? Yes, he does. With Darren Potter right in there. That's a bad run out of Ravazza for the Ford. Oh, no, that was the camera I was after. So you can see there, Darren Potter, Sindre Setsas is right in there. There's Evan Imre. As Jerry Lynn slows down. Oh, goodness me, as the field compacts right up. Oh, goodness me. Didn't get a good run through those corners and is going to lose a whole bundle of positions. That's 3, 4, 5 positions that Jerry Lynn's lost in that one corner alone. Look at the stream of cars incoming. Can Jerry Lynn get on the inside of Adam Tierney? Not quite. Gets on the inside but can't hang on to the position and has just lost that. So Stevie Chambers has just gone through, I think it is. And again, looking further back, there's Gunnar Nearhouse. So many cars, so it's impossible to know who to look at. There's Oh, Stefan Kamke's fallen all the way down to 15th position from the lead. Goodness me, that was a disastrous turn of events for him. Alexander Waldo now has a couple of seconds lead between himself and this man Darren Potter, who has got Evan Imre all over the back of him, and as you can see, pretty much the entire remaining field all in short succession. Let's get up into the air then, as they just come through Variante Alta. Just going to try and rest a bit stream. No, that is not having it, unfortunately. So apologies for those that were trying to watch this live, but sadly it was... Oh, that's Evan Imre has flown off. Evan Imre has gone off the track. He's going to lose positions. It's always dangerous to make a mistake like that when the field is so heavily bunched up. There is... That's... Is that Jürgen Frank? It is indeed. Look at the damage on that car. That is not helping him at all. It's trying to stay in the slipstream. That's OBS telling me it can't reconnect to my stream, unfortunately. Oh, trouble! That's Darren Potter's off. I saw someone going sideways. I'm trying to get his name, but every time I try to click on it, he goes out of the position. There he is. He was going sideways into Trigado and Tamburello. That's generally a bad way of taking that corner, so he's overcooked it and spun round now down to 17th and now last position. Oh, goodness me. Let's jump back up the field then to Patrick Moser as he's jumped on the inside of Trigado. See the damage on the front of his Ferrari. And he has just taken Yunus Vastamahi for that 9th place. Look at the chain of cars behind Evan Imre. Look at this. Well, to be fair, there's not a big gap between him and Adam Tierney. But he has got Sarah Dove now up into 3rd position, right with him. But Stevie Chambers is now on the tail of Evan Imre with Jürgen Frank right behind him. Jürgen having a look on the inside towards Variante Alta. Oh, Stevie outbraked himself. No. It looks like Jürgen was on the brakes a little bit earlier. But is he going to get a good run out of Variante Alta? It does look like it. Stevie not going to the inside to defend it. But again, Jürgen's just not able to get the pace he needs. Is he going to jump on the inside of Ravazza? He does! And it looks like that's going to be a done deal. Stevie doesn't really fight that one. But he does jump in front of Gunnar Nienhuis, who in turn has got Patrick Moser right with him. That squabbling is nowhere near done then. Patrick Moser having a look to try and get around Gunnar Nienhuis. Stevie Chambers now goes to the outside. Look at the pace that Jürgen Frank is losing with that damage to the front of his car. Sisley now comes streaming down towards Trigado. And Jürgen Frank jumps back on the inside of Stevie Chambers. And there you see Yunus Vastamahi at the back of that particular shot. Wow, it is all going off here. Gunnar Nienhuis side by side with Patrick Moser then. And Patrick's just gained that position. That's 8th place to Patrick Moser with a brave move heading through the Villeneuve chicane with Yunus Vastamahi now keeping the pressure on Gunnar Nienhuis through Tozer. Can Patrick Moser get past Stevie Chambers heading up towards Pilotella? We will see. Again, that damage is really going to hurt. Comes from Pilotella down to Aqua Minerali. There you see Evan Imre is getting on. He's getting interested again. Whoa, goodness me, that's Sarah Dove getting a bit deep at Aqua Minerali. Adam Tierney trying to get alongside, but it's a little bit too far back and through the shot there. With that, Sindre Setsas and Alexander Waldo then fighting for the lead. So Sindre has worked his way through the field and has closed down Alexander Waldo. Is he going to have a braking attempt into Ravazza? He does, and does he make it stick? He's a little deep, but yes, he does. So the lead is now gone over to Sindre Setsas, and already Sets about building up a lead. Alexander Waldo didn't have a good run through Ravazza, but is underway. A couple of seconds to Sarah Dutt then, who's got 3 cars. Adam Tierney, Evan Imre, Jürgen Frank right there. And there they go then. And just back from them is Gunnar Nienhuis with Yunus Vastamahi and Patrick Moser. Yunus getting side by side with Gunnar. Can they do anything? Trigado, no. Gunnar hangs on to that one. Oh, look at Patrick Moser then. Look how close he's getting to that Cherry Ferrari. Can he do anything to the Villeneuve chicane? There you see Stevie Chambers and Lance de Rijk crossing swords as well in the background. There was Soren Krutz. most of the Ferraris have been reshaped in some way, shape or form. And there goes Patrick Moser on the inside of Tozer, but that is defended by Eunice, but he can't get the power down though, and Patrick Moser's moved over to 8th. Can he make it stick as they head up to Piratella? And the Gunnar Nienhaus has lost that battle with Jürgen Frank. Gunnar now into 7th position. And it does look like Patrick Moser is going to make that particular position stick. Look at Jürgen Frank then right now with Evan Imre. And yeah, there's the game, like I said before, is a little bit lenient when it comes to those particular cuts. But continues on his way. That jacket of 5 cars there, that's Gunnar Nienhaus, Patrick Moser, Jonas Vastermaier, Stevie Chambers and Lawrence de Rijk in that particular chain. Up at the front, Sindre Setsas has got himself 2.5 seconds over second place Alexander Waldo. Third is Aaron Tierney, so the two Pink Panthers currently lie second and third. Saradov has got a big tank slapper on the exit. Ravata manages to keep it out of the wall, but loses the position to Evan Imre and Jürgen Frank. Jürgen Frank keeping the pressure on Evan Imre, but with that damage, Ferrari is not able to capitalise on a good line out of Ravata. Gunnar Nienhaus continues to keep the advances of Patrick Moser at bay. Where is Patrick Heinrich? I was just thinking, where is Patrick? There he is. He's a long way down in 16th position, again caught up in that first corner melee. He's over a minute down from Darren Potter in 15th. That is a horrible race, but then he already has sealed the deal. Ah, look at that, the Pink Panthers swapping around. Adam Tierney claiming that second position from Alexander Waldo at Tozer. And it looks like Jürgen Frank is going to try and move on Evan Imre, heading up the hill towards Piratella. And again, he's not able to get alongside the Scotsman. So he remains in 5th position, side by side again. But Evan Imre is going to have the inside line, heading through Akko Minardi. Oh, he's gone for the outside manoeuvre. Very bravely done. It's going to put him too wide. What on earth is that rumbling noise? Did someone just go for a bit of an off-road excursion, I wonder? No, everyone's still running. So Evan Imre has lost that position to Jürgen Frank, but he's coming straight back at him as they come through Akko Minardi now. Down the hill towards Ravata once again. Can Evan Imre do a late braking manoeuvre? Not this time. But Evan is probably aware that he's got the pace on that start-finish straight. Let's go on board with the Scotsman. There he is. You'll be able to see how it looks from Evan's perspective. Now on the start-finish straight, that's that's Alexander Waldo just ahead of Jürgen Frank, you can see. And it'll be around about now that the pace difference really comes to light. There it is. And this time Evan Imre's not able to capitalise on it, so Jürgen Frank may be able to start to build a bit of a gap between himself and the Scotsman. We will see, as again that damaged Ferrari is proving to be a handful. Whoa, as we see Sindre Setsas get a little bit wide in the lead of the race. 5.6 seconds is the lead between Setsas and Adam Tierney. There we see Waldo, Frank, Imre, Dove, Nienhaus, Moser, Vastermaier in that long train of cars. Jürgen Frank is putting the pressure on Alexander Waldo now as they come through the Piratella. He is going for that podium position. Well defended there by Alexander Waldo. Pleasing car right in the middle. Firm but fair. As they come back up the hill now. And that's bringing Evan Imre back into this particular battle. Now Jürgen Frank looking for the inside line. Akko Minardi, Windy's got it. Alexander Waldo didn't find that one too hard. And Jürgen Frank moves up into 3rd position. Can Evan Imre squeeze through? Oh, and that was again well parked on the apex there by Alexander Waldo to keep Evan Imre at bay. But can Evan do anything about it on the start-finish straight against the Pink Panther? We will see as they come round again. Sarah Dove's got Gunnar Nienhaus for company with Patrick Moser and Jonas Vastermaier as well. Let's get into the air then. That's too far away, that one. Slightly further back. Oh, look at that! That's Jonas Vastermaier actually getting past Patrick Moser. Patrick Moser must have had a terrible run out of the Ravata. And that has given the Cherry Ferrari. Oh, look at the tail! Just kicks out on Patrick Moser then. And that's going to lose him a whole bundle of time. It's a little bit damaged, doesn't look heavily so. But again, the back end just would not stick. And that is Lawrence de Rijk. He's gotten past Stevie Chambers at some point. And this battle continues. That's Jürgen Frank then. He's had an issue at some point. As Adam Tierney is now 3 seconds down the road. 1 second down the road. So he was putting pressure on for that second position, so Jürgen Frank's had a problem. But continues on his way. Look at the pressure that Erwin Imre is putting on Alexander Walder then as they head towards the Variante Alta once more. And again, no particular overtaking opportunities there. Look how close it is between the two as they now head down the hill again towards Ravazza. This is going to be an opportunity, and it looks like Evan backed out of that. He chose not to go for the dive bomb into the Ravazza. In-house has managed to break her a little bit away from Saradov after claiming that position around the Acro Minerali. We didn't see it happen. And that is Evan Imre in. Now in the feature race, it is mandatory to have a pit stop. It will be a quick splash and dash. No need for tyres in this particular race. So Evan Imre is choosing now to get that over and done with. Ooh, Saradov getting too deep at Tamburello, and that's going to lose her position to Patrick Moser as well. Oh, Patrick Moser had a good run. Oh no! Contact! Problem then for Fastamahi. He's been nudged off by Patrick Moser. Continuing. Managed to keep it out of the wall. I mean, well help on that one, but that's put him down into 9th position. Patrick Moser then just getting a tap on the Cherry Ferrari, and that sent him away. Saradov now being kept company by Lawrence de Rijk. You see Gunnar Nienhuis then having a crack at Alexander Waldo. Can Waldo hang on to that one? We see Jürgen Frank just up ahead. Adam Tierney has really got no gap between himself and Jürgen Frank. Through Variante Alta once again. And this time Gunnar Nienhuis looking to go on the outside of the Pink Panther, but doesn't get the drive he needs to do so through the Variante Alta once more. That's bringing Patrick Moser into it. Now he's gone to the left-hand side. Can Gunnar Nienhuis get the inside line? Is Ravazza. Oh no, he's not quite side by side. Is he going to go for a late break? No! A bit of a touch there, but wasn't too bad. And that is 4th position into Gunnar Nienhuis. And there is Patrick Moser looking to do the same thing. On board then with car number 10. Can he demote Alexander Waldo down to 5th position? We will see. Not able to gain enough. With the damage that he's got to his car, he cannot get that slipstream to work effectively. What happened to Gunnar, I wonder? At the point I switched cameras, he suddenly gone down a couple of positions. Whoa, look at this. Potential 3 wide here. And that would have only gotten very, very messy coming through Villeneuve. I didn't really know. I didn't see what happened to Gunnar. I don't know why he suddenly dropped 2 positions, but there we are. Through Tozer. Oh, goodness me. Patrick Moser got all crossed up then. That's going to give the advantage then to Gunnar Nienhuis. But not able to capitalise on it up the hill through Pilotella. Oh, goodness me. Patrick Moser almost on top of Alexander Waldo at that point. Through the Acro Minerali once again. They now come out of that. And the CRC racer looking to try and get a decent drive. But again, that damage is holding him back. Lawrence de Rijk and Saradov now closing in on this 3-way battle. Could be that people choose to pit now to get out of a particular battle they're involved in, to not lose as much time as they would do trying to fight their way through it. And heading down towards Ravazza once again. Oh, impact! Impact between Patrick Moser and Alexander Waldo. Oh, goodness me. Taps Lawrence de Rijk. And he's trying to get going again. We lost Patrick Moser. Patrick Moser is out. He's decided that he cannot continue with the damage to his car. Alexander Waldo is facing the right way and going again, but now down in 9th position. Oh, goodness me. And he chooses to come into the pits at this point. Let's have a run down through the field. Sindri Setsas leads the way by 12.7 seconds over now Jürgen Frank. Jürgen's actually demoted Adam Tierney to that third place spot. Gunnar Nienhuis now in fourth. Sarah Dove in fifth position with Lawrence Durike for company. Stevie Chambers now 7. Jerry Lynn in 8th position. Just coming through Vatsa, I believe. Nope, that's coming through Yep, that's Tragado Tamburello that Jerry Lynn just come through. Darren Potter just behind. Stefan Kamke in the Ford, in sole Ford in this race, in 10th position with Evan Imre having pitted. Now in 11th position, Yunus Rastamahi in 12th. And Waldo is still in the pits. Now either Waldo's retired or that is an exceedingly long pit stop. And we only have 13 cars, assuming that Alexander Waldo is still in the race. We only have 13 cars remaining in this particular race. That's amazing considering all 24 cars finished the sprint race. And it would seem that we're not even going to have half the field come home. Sindri Setsas continues then. Adam Tierney and Jürgen Frank still fairly close to one another, and Adam Tierney is in. So he's decided now is his time. Oh, gets on the brakes very heavily, and Alexander Waldo has not moved. So I am taking that Alexander Waldo is out of this race. 12 runners remain. Adam Tierney is in. Sarah Dove is also into the pits. So that promotes Jürgen. So that gets Jürgen Frank a bit of clean air, fore and aft. Gunnar Nienhuis now third. Lawrence Durike fourth with Stevie Chambers in short succession. Jerry Lynn will be gaining another couple of positions as well. There goes Jerry. And Adam Tierney just coming out of the pits. And Sarah Dove is having quite an extraordinarily long stop. But is away. And that also confirms Alexander Waldo's retirement, having now just driven through his car. And that was that Evan Imre we just saw coming through? It was. And Yunus Vastamahi also coming through. So Sarah Dove comes out in 12th and last of the current runners. Where is Sindri Setsas? He's just coming down to the Ravazza. Does he pit? Car number 3 leading the way by quite a healthy margin. Does Sindri choose to pit at this point? No, he is choosing to carry on. Jürgen Frank, the lead SimRC. As I'm looking through the list, is he the only SimRC runner? I think he is. I think he's the only remaining SimRC car out there. In second, Gunnar Nienhuis. In third, the top two haven't pitted. Gunnar chooses now to come in from third position. Lawrence Durike does not pit, so he will be promoted to position. Stevie Chambers following suit and is going to go up to fourth. Jerry Lynn is just coming down to the Ravazza now. So we'll see if Jerry pits at this stage. Gunnar Nienhuis, is he going to have a long stop? He's revving so early would indicate that he isn't. Jerry Lynn continues. And Gunnar has not moved. Oh, he's away. Gunnar Nienhuis is now on the move, and Jerry Lynn is promoted up to 5th place. Darren Potter is in as well. Adam Tierney with Evan Imre for company, and that was Stefan Kamke you just saw in the background. Does Vastamahi pit? No, he does not. Sarah Dove pitted earlier, so Sarah will continue. And that is going to put obviously Darren at the back of the field. There's Stefan Kamke. Just finding his grid spot. And there he is. Darren is now underway. As of course going to demote Stefan to the back of the field. What a shame. What a shame. Still no pit stop for Sindri then. 15 seconds his lead over this man Jürgen Frank. We are over the halfway stage of this race. We're now on lap 15 of 27. Oh, it is an estimated 27. There is 21, just under 21 minutes, as you can see in the bottom left of your screen. Just under 21 racing minutes left. So that lap count may change depending on how the field does. Fastest lap of the race, 1:46.80. Unsurprisingly, being set by Sindre Sessas, the only man under 1:41. And continues on his merry way. Monsterike. Still got Stevie Chambers' company, 2.3 between the two. Evan Imre is right with Adam Tierney, and Gunnar Nierenhaus is not far behind. So we have got a battle. This is 6th, 7th and 8th. As the rest of the field are fairly spread out at this point. Can Evan do anything about Adam ahead? Let's have a look at the lap times. So for Adam, that was a 1:42.5. For Evan, a 1:42.2. And that was Gunnar's out lap, 1:55.4. So Evan gained a couple of tenths on that particular lap. So we will see how he goes. Eunice, that's a pretty decent fastest lap there. He is 6 seconds behind Gunnar. We'll see if he's able to gain. He lost nearly. He lost about 6 tenths over Evan that time around. So he may not be able to close in. We just saw Sarah Dove at the back of that shot. Is that Darren in? No, that's Darren Potter that's Sindre Sessas just coming past him. And he, of course, puts up no obstacle to the race leader. Sindre continues on his merry way. And Darren, of course, doing the right thing and stepping out of the way. Let's head back to this battle then. And Gunnar then closing in on Evan. Quicker than Evan is closing in on Adam. Oh, and that wasn't a good run through Akku Minardi for the Scotsman. That's going to put Gunnar right on his case then as they head up to Variante Alta. They come through it then. Almost identical lines through that for the two. And Adam's not been able to capitalise too much. 1.3 between him and Evan at the moment. But we've seen how that gap ebbs and flows, peaks and troughs and all that. Through the Ravazza once more. Gunnar keeping that pressure on Evan then, heading through to complete another lap then on board with Gunnar. Again, he's just matching his speed, not gaining a great deal. That's how little the slipstream really gives a bonus to these cars on this circuit. As they come through Trigado and Tamburello once more. Through the corners that Gunnar's looking to capitalise. Gets the inside line on Evan. He's got through. Can he make it stick through Villeneuve? He does indeed. That is 7th position to Gunnar Nierenhaus. Very clean, very nicely done. I think Evan saw him coming, realised his number was up, and let that position go. So now Adam Tierney is Gunnar's next target, but Evan could well capitalise if Gunnar makes a mistake. So these are the closest two on track that we have at the moment, so we're going to stick with them. Down the hill then back towards Akku Minardi. Into the right-hander. Back up the hill. Much better line for Evan this time. He's able to stay right with Gunnar. So that's going to put the pressure on Gunnar then to try and do something about it. Oh dear, Evan didn't have a good run through the Variante Alta that time around, so that is not going to serve well as they come down towards Ravazza once again. And now this is Gunnar's opportunity to break away from Evan and start chasing after the Pink Panther. Let's see what the lap times were last time around as Stevie is in. And his pit stop is done and he is away. So where does he re-emerge? As that is the battling three that we've just been watching that's just gone past them. Sarah Dove just coming past. Oh no, bigger pardon, that was Eunice Vestermahi. And that is 9th position then for Stevie Chambers. Coming back on circuit. Evan is staying right with Gunnar, to be fair. There's only a second difference. Bit of a clump on the apex there at Villeneuve. That is going to cost Evan a little bit of time. But they continue. There's this three now spread out as well. Sindre has completed another lap. Yes, he has. He's now on lap 18. 17 racing laps done. 16, just under 16 minutes remaining of this feature race, of this season. For the inaugural iRacing, Apex Online Racing Ferrari Ford Challenge Cup. It's a shame we haven't seen more of the Fords, but that is the way it goes. Jürgen Frank continues to drag the sole remaining SimRC Ferrari around the Imola track. Lawrence Strike is in. So Jerry Lynn is just come out of Ravazza, so it's of course going to close that gap down. How much of a pit stop is Lawrence going to have? Still sat there, and he is away then. Oh! That's Jerry Lynn in. I just saw the position shuffle around. That's because Jerry Lynn has chosen now to come in as well. So Lawrence, there he is, going to come out. Oh, he's going to climb out. He's going to lose that 7th to Vastamahi, but there's not going to be a lot in it. Going to be a few seconds between the two when Lawrence gets back up to speed. With fresh boots on as well. So that could well be a battle brewing. And Jerry Lynn is now underway. And Darren Potter is quite some way back. He's just coming through Ravazza now. So Jerry Lynn should come out still ahead of Darren Potter in 10th position. And there goes Jerry. And we just saw the top of Darren Potter's car coming through the, or saw him coming through the fencing. So that is still 10th position to Jerry Lynn. Gunnar is now reading in Adam Tierney, as you can see. Last lap around was 4/10, give or take, in Gunnar's favour for that final podium position. Let's see how he is able to reel in the Pink Panther, despite the fact that he's got that significant damage on his car. Down towards Ravazza once more. A little bit wide, but again, no particular penalty there. Let's see where the lap times were last time. And it is 142.0 and 141.7, so again 3/10. As in the background you see that wasn't Alex, that's Alexander Walder coming out. Alexander Walder, and was that Alec Hudson? It is indeed. So they've actually remained in the race. I mean, Alexander Walder is 6 laps down, and Alex Hudson is considered 7 laps down and 17 laps down respectively. But they have actually chosen to come back out on track. Technically, so could Dustin Hickman, I think, and Ilka I apologise wholeheartedly. Katilakowski was doing fine in the first race. So, another couple of cars come out, obviously a long way down position-wise, but they've actually come out to have a bit of fun. Gunnar is right with Adam now, so we have a battle then. A position battle for 3rd place. Between Adam Tierney, car number 53, and Gunnar Niehaus, car 54. In the background there you see Evan, he's fallen 3.5 seconds down. And that in the foreground was that was actually Jürgen Frank. That is because Sindre and Jürgen have both pitted. That's how that gap has suddenly closed down. So Jürgen Frank is put off there by message, I beg your pardon. So Jürgen Frank is not too far ahead, but you would expect that gap not to close down by any great degree. As we have 11.5 minutes remaining. This is lap 20 of 23, but I think we'll get more than 4 racing laps done in the next 11 minutes. I think that's fairly safe to see. As we head down into Trigado and Tamburano once again. Oh no, beg your pardon, that was Villeneuve. Through Toza once more. And there you see Jürgen Frank. It's going to be interesting to see if these two start to close in on the SimRC Racer. how that develops in the now sub 11 minutes remaining. That sounds very much like a Ford. But you just heard my steam ping there. Oh, and that was Adam getting very wide then on the exit of Variante Alta. There's Jerry Lynn, I believe. But you can just see that. That is indeed. So Jerry will be getting out of the way of the oncoming Adam Tierney and Gunnar Nienhuis battle. So assuming the Ford we can hear is Stefan. It is indeed a Stefan Kamke that we can hear. On they go then. Lap times last time around for these two: 141.8, 141.8. So just 7 hundredths of a second, 8 hundredths of a second rather, between Gunnar and Adam that time around. It's all going to be about how Adam defends his third position. Actually, Sarah Duff and Stevie Chambers are side by side. This is a battle for 8th position. Stevie on the right hand side, but Sarah's going to have the inside line for Trigado if she stays in that position. She's got the pace over Stevie Chambers at the moment. Can she hang on to it? Oh, well played by both of them. So car 18, Sarah Duff moves up a place on Stevie Chambers, but whoa, as Stevie runs wide on the exit of Tamburello. That's going to cost him an opportunity to get back, and we just saw that was Alec Hudson getting all out of shape, and I'm assuming that's Alexander Water. Yes, it is. They're on completely different laps, but they may as well race each other. Why the devil not? Let's get back up to this podium position then. That's Jerry Lynn, you see, that has been lapped by these two, so not involved in this particular fight, but Gunnar Nienhuis really piling the pressure on, trying to get that third position away from Adam Tierney. As they come through, running Antialta once more. Can he do something on the way down to Ramazza? There is Stefan Kamke. You see just ahead of them. Is he going to have a dive bomb on the inside? No, Gunnar Nienhuis thinks better of that one. He's going to go for a better run. Try and get a better exit from Ravazza. There we go. Nailed to the rear wing of that Pink Panther is Gunnar Nienhuis. Again, he's just not able to gain anything near enough to try, unless he goes for a very brave move on the inside of Trigado. Thinks better of it. Oh, but Adam's thrown it away at that very point. He outbraked himself into Trigado. He saw Gunnar was coming, and that pressure eventually may force the mistake, and that is Gunnar Nienhuis up to third position then. Is there enough time? As the Ford of Stefan gets out of the way. Is there enough time, I wonder, for Gunnar to go after Jürgen Frank? There's 4.7 seconds between the two, with 7.5 minutes remaining. It's doable. It would depend on what the pace difference really is. Now Gunnar can really get the hammer down and show us really what he's got left in that car. Jerry Lynn, because Stefan's had to get out of the way of people coming past him, Jerry Lynn and Stefan Kamke are now racing one another, and that is Adam Tierney just coming through, and Jerry Lynn getting out of the way. We see Evan Imre in the background, and Evan Imre could start getting up close and personal with Adam Tierney. Stevie Chambers and Sarah Dove are still locked in their particular battle. This is the 8th position. Less than a second separation at the moment. We saw Sarah Dove get that position down at Trigado a lap or so ago. So could be Stevie is... Oh, he didn't... A terrible run through Rackham in the rally that time. That's going to cost him on his battle with Sarah Dove. But Jerry Lee and Stefan Kamke keeping up with their battle for 11th. This is essentially to see who's going to finish last. The winner shakes off that particular accolade. And it's Jerry Lee. Oh, he picks a bad moment to slow down. And Evan Imre still capitalises on it. And there you see, that is Yunus Fastamahi in the background. Who shall we see? Let's jump back to Stevie Chambers then. Staying with Sarah Dove. Making his presence known on the inside of, on the left-hand side of Sarah Dove there, as they come through Villeneuve. He's not really going to try a dive bomb from there. He's closed back in on car 18 as they come through Tozer now, heading up towards Piratella. We'll see if Stevie's able to keep that pressure on for that 8th position. Oh, way too deep, way too deep. And the Piratella, that's going to cost him all the ground he's just made up. He's going to have to chase Sarah Dove down again. 5 minutes. 5 racing minutes remain here at Imola for this season. And that is all that remains. I think lap 27 is probably correct on the overlay now. Yunus Vastamar, he's a couple of seconds down from Evan Imre then, as Evan has got Stefan Kemke right ahead of him. And that is the closest battle we've got at the moment is Stevie Chambers Sarah Dove, so we'll stick with this one for now, as everyone else is fairly spaced out. Come along the line, come across the line to complete lap 23. 3 laps to go. It is Stevie Chambers is running out of time to try and keep the pressure on Sarah Dove then. And to be fair, Jerry Lee, the same on Stefan Kemke, although they are having to jump out of people's way, so they have an additional upset to their race essentially. As you see, just ahead of them is Yunus Vastamar, and just behind them, you can't actually see who that is. It's closing them down. See this camera shot? I'm not 100% sure who that was. There's Sarah Dove and Stevie Chambers. So Stevie Chambers has closed that gap down again to 0.3 of a second as they come through Piratella once again. Down to Acqua Minerale. Nice and clean. And near identical lines there. There's not really a great deal of variation you can take through that chicane. Stevie making his car as big as he possibly can in Sarah Dove's mirrors. Acqua Minerale, bit cleaner this time for Stevie. He stayed with Sarah this time. It's going to give him a great opportunity down into Ravazza. Can he capitalise? Right under the rear wing. Does Sarah Dove make a defence? Does he make a dive bomb? No, neither do either of the above. Sarah Dove remains in that position then. And so now it comes under the exit. Oh, and Stevie Chambers gave it a bit too much gas too early. And the back end just stepped down a little bit, and that's going to cost him the time. Darren Potter, what's just happened to him? Has he just lost a position? I think he has. Stevie Chambers, 0.4 of a second separates him and the next position. Oh, hello. This is Yunus Vastamar and Evan Imre. This is a battle for 5th position. Evan's made a mistake somewhere, and he's lost a second on that last lap too, Yunus. So it could be that Yunus now just got his foot down and reeled that gap in. So we have 2 battles going on then. 2 position battles, actually 3. This one for 11th position between Jerry Lynn and Stefan Kemke. This one for 8th position, Sarah Dove and Stevie Chambers. And this one for 5th position, Evan Imre and Yunus Vastamar. This one technically is Jerry Lynn, but we'll stay with this one now. Oh, what a great run Yunus has had on Evan. It's going to be his opportunity into the Ravazza. He's gone to the inside. Can he make it stick? Big heavy braking zone. And he does indeed. It doesn't look like Evan tried for the switchback. And that is 5th position to... He even gets the tail to kick out slightly on the exit of the Ravazza. And that is 5th position then to Yunus Vastamar. Very nicely done. And Potter keeps his interval time disappearing for some reason. Oh, look at this. That's side by side Jerry Lynn and... Oh, Stefan's going to get stuck behind... Oh no, Jerry Lynn bailed out of that one. still that battle goes on. Oh, Jerry Lynn's going to dive on the inside of Stefan Kamke. Oh, look at that. It looked like Jerry Lynn actually backed out of that, but then Stefan very, very cautious on the exit of Villeneuve, and that gave Jerry Lynn the opportunity to fly past, which Jerry did. She did, beg your pardon, which Jerry did. So then that is through to 11th for Jerry Lynn. And Stevie Chambers has vanished. What has happened to Stevie Chambers? Has he hit his penalty limit? Because he has suddenly gone from the race. We are on the final lap then. Sindre Setsas on lap 27. Leads by 26 seconds over Jürgen Frank, who leads by just shy of 3 seconds from Gunnar Nienhuis. Gunnar Nienhuis has been reading in car number 72 for a number of laps then, but the gap is too big unless Jürgen makes a mistake. Adam Tierney in 4th. Leads Jonas Vastenhage, who has recently got past Evan Imre. Lawrence de Rijk in 7th. Sarah 8th. Darren Potter 9. We seem to have lost Stevie Chambers from this race, so that is... It's going to eventually be Stefan... Oh, so Stefan Kamke has actually got back ahead of Jerry Lynn. Oh, big lockup then, heading into that chicane. That's going to cost Jerry Lynn the time. Let's stay with our race leader as he comes through. Valianti Alta, after gaining the lead, Sindre Setsas has not lost that lead at all, and he's going to come home with the fastest lap as well. Through the Ravazza. Your race winner then for the feature race here at Imola. And to see out the season, flash of the lights, give it a big wiggle. Why the devil not? Your race winner, car number 3, is Sindre Setsas. Jürgen Frank, the sole surviving CMRC Ferrari, caught up in that first lap incident that saw a lot of people retire from this race. Less than half the field are going to see the checkered flag. The one remaining CMRC racer, Jürgen Frank, limps home in 2nd, followed fairly closely by Gunnar Nienhuis. To round out the podium, Adam Tierney. An impressive 4th position for him. Jonas Vastenhage, great debut for you. In 5th place, Evan Imre comes home 6th with Lawrence de Rijk. In 7th position, Saradov, through the misfortunes of others and some pretty consistent driving, is going to bring her car home in 8th position. And Darren Potter's also vanished. So I wonder if Darren Potter has hit his penalty limit, exceeded his penalty limit. So and Stefan Kamke and Jerry Lynn were a lap down. And Alexander Waldo and Alec Hudson came into the pits probably quite a while ago. They were several laps down. And that is it for this race, for this season. It has been a great pleasure to commentate on these drivers. Some of the racing we've seen, quite a lot of the racing we've seen, has been absolutely top notch. There's been a few big incidents, a few questionable moves, but there's been a lot of wonderful racing in this Ferrari Ford Challenge Cup. This season end to the first season. If you're interested in getting involved in iRacing, Project Cars, F1 2017, and a whole host of other things that Apex Online Racing does, head over to the forums at apexonlineracing.com and get involved. We're always welcoming new faces. But for now, my name is King-Kodiak. It has been a great pleasure commentating on this league, and we'll see you right here for more AOR action. Thank you very much, and good night.